Um, welcome everybody to the second attempt tonight. Just a quick background here. We're having a stream here with Mike, KITT171.
We're both playing RPGs.
Mike is playing Final Fantasy 15. I'm playing Ys Origins on the PS4, and I apologize. I was streaming this live and I lost a shit ton of progress. The save system in this game is pretty old school and pretty punishing, so I'm basically replaying
I like those.
a good chunk of the progress that I lost. So I decided to delete the old stream, and hopefully I don't do the same shit again and I don't die.
Yeah. You know, kind of like I was just getting at, I actually don't mind those, but at the same time, some days it just doesn't cooperate and you got that happens.
Well, it's the most frustrating type of save system, but you know, it's there. It's there, you know.
I've had it happen with Phantasy Star 2. Some days I just, it's like the game wants to work against me. These Magitech guys don't stand a chance, I swear.
What's the longest hours you lost in a game?
I think, wait, what?
How many hours what was the maximum amount of hours you lost in a game, like by playing?
Now, are we just talking RPG or just in general?
Any game.
I'm gonna go RTS because it's the one I memorized the most, and I can actually give you almost the exact number because the way the game works, it tells you how long you've been going for. The game froze up. It was on the computer. I think, if I'm right, it was it Command & Conquer Red Alert 3? Which usually the game is very stable. I'm usually really good, obsessive with saving. Especially if I know a game is kind of unstable, but even that's more like a habit I've gotten from playing games like that. And I forgot to save in that one, and I was going through the campaign, and I went through many missions, so in total I was probably going for about 5.5 hours.
Oh shit.
I was doing one of my, some days, like when I had a lot of free time, I did a marathon for a couple games, and I was going through that one a lot, because I was fucking really into it, you know? And I was playing on hard, so, you know. That's another reason it pissed me off, which, you know, spoiler, jumping ahead, I was not happy. Who would be? So, 5.5 hours in, I was trying to do, like, all the extra objectives, too, by the way, so that was adding extra time and more stuff to do and make up for it. 5.5 hours, something happened, the game froze up, and I thought it was like one of those kind of freezes you get, where if you just don't touch anything to make it worse, and you just let it deal with itself, it'll, you know, eventually, after maybe 30 seconds, or less, it'll go back to working again. And immediately something like that happens, if not worse. Well, it didn't.
Huh.
And, well, I don't know, how many fucks can you say in a short period of time? I was not happy. I didn't blame my computer, I blamed the game, because it was the software, because nothing was wrong with my frickin' computer, I wouldn't have noticed. That's the only time the game ever gave me problems either. Overall, it was a really stable running game. I didn't play it again for another week.
I can't remember.
I need a break. I don't want to touch it. Now, RPG, which I wasn't as annoyed with, oddly, because I think of the way that game worked. It was a little bit more of it was a more lenient kind of RPG. Kingdom Hearts 1. The game has glitches, but it's kind of infrequent when you get something really severe. It launched me into the netherworld. You know how you get in some games where people call it like the underworld? You go underneath everything and you know, there's no way to fucking save yourself there. Well, that's a game too, just like the second one where I'm really good with saving. It's a Square game. I'm usually really good. Alright, Square Enix. I'm used to call I'm stuck in the old days. I'm really good with saving in Kingdom Hearts and shit, but I was really, it was not the first time I went through it, by the way, so it's not like I was just learning, you know, figuring out how everything works. I went through the first 2 worlds. I was kind of, I guess, midway through the 3rd one, so whatever, figure out whichever one that was, I couldn't remember, it doesn't matter. I had about almost 5 hours into it, and then it decided to fuck with me.
5 hours,
which I didn't, yeah, and the last save I had was essentially right after I got past the tutorial shit.
Ah, that sucks.
See, the problem is, I thought I saved since then. I'm good, my memory's good, for the most part, really good with that kind of stuff, especially long term.
Redoing tutorials can be really annoying.
Let me tell you something about tutorials, in not just like Square-made games, but Kingdom Hearts. They're not that long, but they're kind of fucking irritating because the way they are, and the stuff you hear, and you have to do. You don't want to do it multiple times. It's not the worst tutorials I can think of in a game, and the ones I like Jesus fucking Christ. Like on the computer, there's some games where it's not the intro screens, you know, like the NVIDIA, you know, those videos that play in the beginning, that annoy me. It's some tutorials. In Skyrim and in like New Vegas and all that, Bethesda made games, even though Obsidian developed New Vegas, but it's still based on 3, which Bethesda made. You know, I specifically have a save literally right as soon as we're your character, and then I just redo that one and load it up, even though mods changed and I shouldn't do that. But I know how to work it, so it's all good. And I just make new characters and all that, and just so I could skip, like, say in Skyrim alone, so I could skip that cart ride. Now, I never used to do that until I just figured, you know what, I might as well just make a save I can keep, so I could just start from here. And I would just, like, you know, go take a piss or whatever, and by the time I'm back, it's still in the damn cart, and you can get to the character creation part. I made a video. It's still up. It's old. I stand by it. I hate unskippable cutscenes, but I also threw in one part. I started going a little bit into tutorials that you can't skip. Now, some games actually will not even to tutorial. They will give you the option to have one, like it's a dialogue option. A character asks you, or it will actually be in the menu and you have to choose it. I'm okay with that. I like having it optional, as long as it's there. Even if it's one I just read. Although, let's be honest, much like how some people learn by doing, in a video game it's better you learn by do. Like Final Fantasy, the tutorial in this, I will give Square credit. I think it's very good. It teaches you exactly what you need and gives you plenty of leeway. Like if you fuck it up somehow, you can try it again right away. It's good, and you don't have to actually do the tutorial. It's completely optional. You just start playing the fucking game without doing that.
Well, my favorite are the types of games that integrate the tutorial as part of the like main story. Like they're very organically well integrated, you know.
And like if there's dialogue, whether it's voice acted or not, it actually kind of blends in with the game. It doesn't make it feel out of place. Like they don't say like push X. What do you mean push X? Cross. By the way, I don't mention this often. Not that I think I have to, but a lot of words that are not like Americanized, quote unquote. Because I'm just that ingrained with PlayStation, most of the time I actually say cross and not X, which kind of I've seen it confuses, even though it, not counting the Japanese, that's what they call it, because I play a lot, like on the PlayStation, a lot of games I like were Japanese style, and they didn't change the X and circle buttons, which if you didn't know, the buttons actually, they're mean something over there, which I can explain in a minute if you never heard of it, but most people know by this point. Anyway,
they have their meaning.
Yeah, the menus are backwards to what the North American style is, or even Europe.
I hate
where
that.
X is, I don't. I actually like it better where circle chooses things. Not just because I'm used to it, but it makes sense.
Whenever I play an import game, the X is the cancel and circle is accept.
Correct. Which X means basically, think like a window in a computer. X, close it. Circle means okay or accept. That's how it is in Japan. But not all games that are there change that. There's plenty of examples like that. Armored Core is one. I think some of the later ones actually did change it to X. Some games let you change it. It's not like a specific option. Just So I can't give you an example, so I'm sorry, but
the few I played, they don't let you change it, and it's really confusing because my muscle memory is already ingrained with what the Western controller
is. These few, I can't give you a specific example, so anyone who's listening to this, sorry. But I know for a fact they exist. I've played them. Anyway, the point is, the menu option might have, like, you can choose a few, like, schemes for the controller, like overall buttons. But some will also, or maybe just only, give you an option to swap. Like, I've seen a few shooting games do this, where you can swap having L1 and R1 be aim and shoot, or you can swap it to have L2 and R2 do that. I've seen that's what I'm getting at. There's a few I've seen that do it with circle and X. I don't remember how they worded it, but it just says swap the menu
options.
Buttons, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, menu. It calls it menu options. A few, but they're usually the better-made Japanese games that let you choose that. I've seen one or two Xbox 360 games do that because it was also one of those few games that was kind of they bothered much with it in Japan, and you can tell where they put the more effort into it because it does that.
Oh yeah, this is a good grind spot right here to level up. I think I'm gonna do that.
The way that is. Even then, I just prefer calling it cross.
Cross. You know what confuses me? The hell.
I talked to quite a lot of.
It's the Xbox One controller layout, because they also have an X and it's blue.
The only thing I don't like in this,
I don't like their colors and just the way they use the letters and the colors. It's confusing.
Yeah. I love the PlayStation 4 controller. I really do. I've always liked the PlayStation style controller.
Oh, we have Sarin VX joining the stream here. He is the master of unlocking. Huge Resident Evil fan.
Jill sandwich. I was talking about Resident Evil a lot today. But
Jill
anyway.
saying, isn't that one of the
Jill's
most cringy quotes in a video game, man? The Jill
I love
sandwich.
it though.
I love it too, man.
There was a reference in Outbreak. I can't remember the character's name, but she essentially was the same kind of thing. There was a reference. They changed the quote a little bit, but she was a reporter, and they made a joke about her as like, oh, so what, does that mean you can unlock everything? And she just kind of gave a, what? But anyway, go back to what I was saying. I love the PlayStation 4 controller. Hell, I get why they did it, but I hate because, well, let's face it, I've been playing on the PlayStation style stuff since the fucking first one. That includes the PSP and then the Vita. So, you know, there's a kind of like overlapping buttons on these things. I hate how it's no longer select and start. The button, those buttons are there. They're in the same position.
Yeah, but different names.
Select is, yeah. Option is start. It does the same function that start does. It's just not called that. You might say, yeah, well, so who cares? I miss it called that. The one that pisses me more off is the Xbox One controller. I like the controller. I did a review on it even. I still like it a lot. I still prefer the Xbox 360 controller for minor reasons, as I also said there, which I'm happy I actually found two of those. $10 each. I got two of those fuckers. Hell yeah. Using my computer. But, I'm just grinding enemies right now, by the way, for items. That's what we're doing this whole time.
I'm kind of grinding as well. I know I'm getting close to the second boss of the game, so I need to save soon before this fucking game crashes.
Well, I'm doing it for money, but anyway, I'm just saying because I can't really. I don't want to like.
Is that another quote from Resident Evil? Where did everyone go? Bingo. Yeah, that's a Resident Evil quote. I just can't remember which one. Is that
I don't
6?
remember. I don't. I don't even remember.
Where did everyone go? Bingo. No, that's Resident Evil 4. That's Resident Evil 4.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's been a while since I played 4, but now I got to play back. I have to play the part in my head, and I can. Yeah.
I think it's when Leon goes inside the church. Was it?
The second. Yeah, no. Right before the. All right, I can tell you exactly. Right before the title screen appears, after you deal with the chainsaw guy and all that.
Yeah, you're right.
Leon says, Where did everyone go? Play bingo?
Bingo?
Which, by the way, that line is different. That line is different in Japanese. I mean, like, what he says is different, but they changed it. I don't remember what it is. It's some other kind of thing, but it's not bingo.
No, you're right. It's the at the beginning of the village.
He says that, it zooms out, and then the title appears.
Yep.
Anyway, but yeah.
I know, because you play that game a million times too, like I did, so.
Yeah. And the only time I really see it anymore is when I watch speedruns. And of course they skip through that shit. Anyway, ton of shit to sell, by the way. I'm gonna be a rich motherfucker in this game at some point. I just know it. Which, I'm okay with this. Because some of this stuff I don't need or want. Anyway, treasures, I got a lot of this fucking crap I can sell. But yeah, that's when it happens. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I just can't believe that, you know, they added that phrase. Like, it's so cheesy, you know?
Yeah. Controller thing. I don't like how the Xbox One it just further supports the whole thing where it's treated like a game system second and a multimedia thingamajigs first. The back and start buttons, as they're called, you know, Xbox and on the Xbox.
That bit them in the ass, man.
They don't have names. Like, I tried to explain to someone which button does what, and I had to say left or right, and even then they didn't get it. And I said, look, I don't know how to explain it because I can't hold the controller up I have and show you. I had to explain like the little pictograms what that looks like. Like, one is a menu, but the other one looks like a menu too. Jesus Christ.
Okay, Sarin is saying that this game was originally download only. Yeah, but you know what, man? I think if you import this in Asia, they have the physical version for the either the PS4 or the Vita version. And I know limited run games are gonna release here in the West. They're gonna release the physical version, which I'm not a big fan of limited run games. But
I like what they do, but
I like what they do, but I don't like their there are limitations, man. I mean,
Yeah, well, okay, let's be fair. It is in their name, so you can't say false advertising. But
I
don't like
understand,
it
but man,
because, look,
you
I don't
have to
have a
be
lot of money.
hunch over your computer and reload, pressing
Yeah,
F5 in order to get the
it's like
game.
eBay. It's like eBay. Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't
I
like
don't
that
have a lot of
either.
money. I don't have a lot of money. It's just how I am in my life. I like to get other games, so it's not like I have a crystal ball. I know when something else is going to come out and if I want it. So, you know, at this point, I'm going to just get the fucking visual version because at least I'll still get to play it. Because let's face it, in the end, the point is I want to play the damn game.
Yeah, first and foremost, play the game, and then if you can get the physical version, it's a bonus.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I will always prefer, and it hasn't changed, physical versions of every game. If I can, I will get every game I possibly can within reason and cost. Physical, bottom line. But, you know, in the end, there's some that aren't that way, or there's a very limited release as physical. Either I didn't know about it, it was too late, and I already got the game digital, so, you know, fuck off. I already have it. But, you know...
You know, I haven't bought any
what
games
you
off of
said.
limited run games, but I think
I
Ease
haven't,
Origin.
because-
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try for Ease Origins because I really like this game, and
Let me
even
put
though
it
I
this
already
way.
have it, you know,
have to
digitally,
know
I
about
would
it.
like to have the physical copy.
I'd have to know. I'd have to know well in advance, so I know to save my money to use for it. There's actually a Genesis Mega Drive homebrew. Keep spending money on other stuff, so I can't pre-order that. But you know, I have to know about it a good amount of time ahead of time when it comes to the run thing. But more importantly, because of the cost and how like how I got to hold off on anything else and just fuck around like that, like you're saying. It better be a damn game I'm really, really into to put that much effort into it. Because otherwise, I'll just get the fucking digital version. If that is the main way.
I mean, to be fair, they have a lot of crappy games that they publish. That
Look, I don't give a shit. Yeah, Night Trap. I refuse to call that a game. I love FMV games, and they're not all good, the ones I like, but there's something there. There's some kind of story that's stupid and cheesy.
Is that
What a
for them,
waste of
limited run games?
Yeah, and everyone's going nuts for it. Like, what the fuck? I can tell most of you don't know what a good FMV game is, and I generally like FMV games. That's not a good one. It should have stayed. It's a shame it didn't come out as that VHS game it was supposed to originally. But then the system never came out, so of course they couldn't put it out for that. Fuck it, we'll put it on the 3DO. We'll put it on the Sega CD because whatever. The only thing of note in it is what's her name? Dana Plata's in it, which even then, so what?
Right.
I mean, nothing against her, but she's not an amazing actor, so actress. I mean, if that's the only claim to fame, I could give a fuck. I messed around with it once in the past, and I never will again, because it sucks. I genuinely love FMV games, I do. And you know what? I can think of plenty others I would rather play. They're not great as a game or even FMV game, but there's something there on like Night Trap. They have some kind of interesting gameplay or the story, but there's nothing good about Night Trap. This concept is stupid. The enemies all walk like they shit their pants. It's just, there's cheesy, and then there's that's what that one is.
Who asked for it, man?
No one. It's like some of these shit games that Jim Sterling shows on Steam, and some of them get sequels. And I like this one comment I saw someone make: a sequel to a game that no one asked. A sequel no one asked for a game that no one asked for. That's what it reminds me of. It's that kind of thing. Look, to be fair, there are people asking for Night Trap, not so much to be re-released, but they just want it or they like it. Okay, fine. I'm not going to take that away from them. They have that right. I understand. There's things like that for me. I love FMV games. Just mess around with a lot of them. Not all good, even as an FMV game. There's nothing there. It would make a really shitty made-for-TV movie too. There's nothing there to it. You know what? If you like Night Trap, if you want to play something that's actually like that, but it has something going for it, it's kind of a vaguely interesting idea, and what's going on in it, and actually is amusing. It's called Double Switch. It's that one where that guy, he's basically trying to protect his apartment. It's pretty much the same, quote-unquote, style of gameplay as
I don't remember that.
Night Trap.
No, I don't remember that.
So you don't... well, most people don't bring it up, they just bring up Night Trap, because fuck if I know why. But it's...
That nudity, man.
It's like... Oh god. You want nudity, just play Phantasmagoria 2. I can even... I remember last time, I'm pretty sure you still have that stream up. I explained how you put the nude...
Yeah, the
Put
code.
the nude code in. Yeah, I explained for both the characters, Therese and Jocelyn. So... But it's also called the internet, We're not back in 1996 anymore, or anything like that. We don't have, like, Netscape. So if you're lazy to just type in literally SEX into Google, that's my only response. I mean, give me a break. I play games for fun and entertainment. If your only goal is to see tits, there's easier ways to do it, and it costs less. In fact, nothing. It costs nothing.
Alright, let's see. What level am I? Level 18?
Gee,
I think that should be enough to play the second
Sunrise
boss.
looks amazing.
This may be pretty bad right here, man, because I need to face the second boss, and this is, in my opinion, one of the hardest bosses in the game, so we'll see how it goes.
I gotta take a screenshot of this. I know it's a game, but goddamn, that's a great looking scene right there, early in the morning. Or I mean, late in the afternoon. That looks fantastic. You got the crater of the asteroid that crashed, and like the crystal thing on the one side, and you got the mountains and all that, and just the haze. It looks really cool. Sunset looks a lot cooler
Sarin
than
VX
sunrise.
is saying Pornhub.com. It's just go there.
Well, that's just one site. There's plenty. Yeah. Most of the, I've said this about the new code in Phantasmagoria 2, and I'll say it again. It's a fact. Most of the internet is comprised of adult sites like that. Some are much more well known and bigger and more successful than others. And then you got ones like, what is it? Brazzers is long gone or something like that. Everyone's heard of that fucking shit. By the way, speaking of Final Fantasy 15 and Jim Sterling again, they did a, well, Final Fantasy 15 specifically, but there are elements of 15 in there. They did a parody of Final Fantasy 15, which they apparently only played like the first part of it. And you got the Hammerhead, which apparently they did not use. Already sounds like it belongs in a porn movie, but they called it Full Service Station, a XXX parody. All it was I don't know, one of the adult porn people, lady people actors, whatever you want to call them, who was essentially the role of Cindy, which already in the game seems kind of like the way it is. And well, they kind of tried apparently to make it seem like, not really. I saw Jim Sterling's review on it, so I did see some parts that he didn't like obscure that he could show. And like, well, first of all, there's no Ford Econoline van in this. The car, the Regula, is based on a Bentley, so not even close there.
What is the name of the car in the game?
The Regula or Regula. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Regula. Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist.
You can alter it. No, like I said, it's based on a Bentley. But,
okay.
Which I don't like Bentley, but
is that the only car you can drive in the game, or are there other cars?
But you can modify it. You can modify it. In fact, once you get to a certain point, you can afford it. Obviously, you can actually make the car fly. You can make it hover and fly. It's pretty fucking cool. You can just find a video of it or a GIF, you know, if you really want to see it. It's not really spoiling the game. It's not story related, but you can get a lot. You can change the paint job on the car. Like if you could see me play, I'll demonstrate that, but I'm not that much for like weird, goofy customization, so I just made it like red, and that made me happy. You change the color of the wheels. You can get actual practical upgrades.
Are other people in the game driving different cars, or like NPCs? Are there other cars on the road and stuff?
Thing. Yeah, the weird thing is, all the other cars in this look like they're from the 50s and 60s. It's like if you saw cars that never went past the 70s. That's kind of what this is. It's weird. It's like a time warp. You have the most modern-looking car, but then again, you come from a very like it's quasi-futuristic city, but at the same time, it's very Roman Gothic style. It's fucking. I just got a trophy.
For
I
what?
like trophies, but I don't know. I don't like trophies. They're fucking useless. But I'm curious what this one is because of the name. I think I know what it is. Yep. Expert. Reach maximum photography level. Hey, it's my first trophy in this fucking game since forever.
Nice.
Every trophy in this game is either rare or very rare, but there's a few commons. Well, actually, okay, there's quite a few commons, but this game has more rares than some others I've seen. Hidden trophy, hidden trophy, hidden trophy. I'm actually making
story related, probably.
Yeah, a lot of them are story related, but not all of them are. Like, some here are pretty self-explanatory just by name, and if you didn't know what these are and they were hidden, it's not what you can get trophies and achievements for in most games these days. Like, remember I said there's a fishing thing in this?
Yeah.
That was in the other recording, but whatever, I'm talking to you anyway this whole time, if that doesn't split up. Like,
yeah, people may not know what you're talking about.
Like, you fish in this, Now, anyone could guess, alright, there's a fishing, like, mini-game type collecting thing in this. More than likely, you're going to get a trophy for getting every single fish, and you can also level up your fishing skill. More than likely, you're going to get a trophy probably for maxing it out like you would in any other game or RPG for maxing out something. Guess what? You do. Expert, reach maximum fishing level. Survival expert, reach maximum survival level. And because I want to do 100% completion, I can give a fuck about trophies. But I'm going to end up getting those anyway because I'm going to max those out. The hardest one for me, I'm finding to max out is the fucking survival one. I know what you do to level that up, but
I mean, that's a nice thing about trophies. You know, you can challenge yourself to a certain things. Like if you like the fishing part, you know, you're gonna get a trophy for that. And
yeah, but I don't need that's the achievement, quote unquote, is getting the fish because, like I said, they're hard to get, and also finding them all, collecting them all. You got to figure out what lures work for each one. But
it depends on how they design them.
I don't know. I never needed trophies and achievements or whatever other names they go by in games until this was not the 7th generation. Which Nintendo is one thing I actually like, that they don't put badges, trophies, achievements, imaginary stickers you get for games. Because I've mentioned this before, I've gone on about it in my own streams and I think individual videos. If anything, reasons I despise trophies and achievements is, and I've heard other people say this, it's fucking ruined online games because you got people, or farmers, they will
I hate that, man.
Matches.
I hate that shit, man. Yeah, I know.
That right there, that shows you the mentality. They ruined the game for others.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, time to face the boss.
It's rare when...
On my Unica playthrough, this boss was a bitch. I had to play this boss like 10 times.
You're not at like a... Are you at like a just normal boss, or is that the last boss?
No, it's the second boss of the game. But it's one of the hardest.
I forgot that I'm going on and on and on and on like I am, mostly about Final Fantasy stuff, and I forgot to ask you about that. Once again, I'm dominating talking about all this, and I'm talking about a game that's not even remotely like what you're playing. The only thing in common is it's an RPG. Anyway. Hey, Iggy. How you doing?
Oh boy. Let's see how this goes, man.
You know, once in a while, like it's like some people, they come up with like questions and like these tag, well, can't really call them tag videos anymore, but like the question, like the thing I just did a VR for recently, which I know you saw only some hours ago today. I know you know what I'm talking about. The last one I did for Walking the Cow. When sometimes people come up with questions like that, I never came up with one of myself because, you know, many people do it. I wanted to be a little bit more original with mine when I did them. Sometimes you'll get a question like, if you could live in any game world, what one would it be? And usually I come up with, because I'm never really sure, and one's usually from some RPG, and another one's from something else. At this point, I think if I was going to go with one from RPG, it probably would be this one. You know, minus the fucking weird shit that would kill you in it. Mostly.
So you really like the world about the 15?
Yeah, like this one area I'm in reminds me of like I'm in the fucking Pine Barrens.
Nice.
In New Jersey almost, or like just some kind of nice national forest. This area I'm in right now. It's cool. I like that. Also, there's a 1940 Ford. I have that in Horizon 3. Let's see. Over here we have a car from 1956. Yep, this is based on an Impala. Not exact, of course, but if you're a car person like me, you can tell these kind of things. Let's see. This is it's just the same car, only a different color. I like the regular, but I wish I could make it look old like the rest of these. Also, the cars have license plates. I've looked at many of them trying to see if there's like references to old Final Fantasy games or just jokes, and apparently not. They had to be like me and very friggin' serious and just make them realistic, believable license plates. But still like kind of fakey to fit in the world of Final Fantasy. Jesus Christ, here's a car from 1935. Here's a Ford V8. Oh, this one's actually got a passenger in it. Why do they look so miserable?
Boss beat, man.
Why do they look so miserable? Nice, going. It seems like you had an easier time with that than I did that Griffin earlier.
Well, I've learned my lesson from my first playthrough, which is you have to level up quite a bit more than usual to face this boss battles. So.
Well, it's not really expected. Most RPGs don't expect you to grind to level up, but this one, I just working out for me. God damn it, Magic. Do I need to go on about Magic again? I did that like an hour ago, but I stand by what I said. Jesus Christ.
Save the game. Come on, save, save, save before the game crashes.
Oh, I need more magic. That sucks how that game crashed.
Yeah,
That would annoy me.
you would think that they do some kind of quality control before they release the game, but no.
I told you. You're forgetting, let me remind you, like, you know, Bethesda. That's how they do things. I mean, come on. Other companies don't do that, really.
No, Bethesda is like the
Bethesda
king of the
Ubisoft.
glitches, man.
Yeah, glitch Bethesda. Or, you know, Ubisoft, they release a game that might as well be even developed it. It's just like, it appeared out of thin air, like Assassin's Creed Unity. And, you know, just like fucking invisible faces and shit for the first week it released. Big series, just crank them out one every year. Can't even get the basics right. Yeah. Bethesda really should have spent more time on that Ys game right there. Clearly. I'm like the parents that call every video game Nintendo. I love it when they do it with PlayStation. Jesus Christ, it's written right on there and very obvious. PS PlayStation.
You've
There's
been
no
playing
end.
Nintendo too much.
Yeah, the Nintendos. See, it's funny. I'm sure you've heard this too. It depends where you are, though. But some people say NES, some people say NES. Obviously, we're not counting Famicom in Japan for this. But I like how some people still, because this technically, Nintendo themselves refer to it as that, the NES technically is, you could say its true name is the Nintendo. I still see some people refer to it that way.
The Nintendo?
But it's not. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard people refer to it that way, the NES.
Well, we do it.
Say,
You know, I'm originally from South America, and we call it Nintendo, and then the Super Nintendo is Super Nintendo. We don't call it SNES or SNES. It's Super Nintendo or Nintendo.
And when it comes to Sega and the Genesis Mega Drive, you got to have the actual name of it, unlike us.
Yeah.
Lucky asshole. I wish it was called the Mega Drive here, just so I don't have to keep saying both names, because that way it's the only way I can avoid people giving me shit. It's like, that's not what it's called. It's called Mega Drive, moron. I know it that. It's called the Genesis here because they couldn't fucking use the name.
It gets really confusing. Yeah, I don't know why they did that, but...
Well, I know you've seen me do it every time when I type it or I say it. I always say Genesis Mega Drive, Gen/MD.
Yeah, that way
Twitter,
you're safe proof, basically.
And I hate that I have to do that. I shouldn't have to do that, but it's like, don't assume I don't know. Well, of course I do. You see all the stuff I talk about, you think that obvious thing is something I don't know when it comes to Sega? You've seen the stuff I talk about. Jesus Christ. I'm showing, like, unlicensed games lately on Twitter, but, I mean, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I don't know something as obvious as it's only called the Genesis in North America. Give me a break. No, when I say Genesis, I'm really referring to the goddamn game. I hate that. I hate it. I hate being talked down to. I hate being talked to, like, assuming I don't know what I'm talking about when there's plenty of evidence that I do. If I could get away with just calling it the Mega Drive, I do. When I talk to people in the UK or just, you know, Europe, I just call it the Mega Drive, and, you know, fucking problem with it. They don't say, why aren't you calling it the Genesis? Because that's where it is where I'm from. I like that. For once, I get a break from that kind of thing when I do that. Even then, I'm so used to doing Gen MD, I still do it with them, but they know what I'm getting at with that. I cover all my bases. Hell, I do it sometimes when I mention the Master System. I do SMS, Mark III. Not as often. I like very rarely, like once a year, someone will give me is like, why SMS? It's not the messaging thing on a phone. It's like, no, Master System, Sega Master System. I have 140 characters. I gotta shorten this somehow. Most people, have the sense they know what SMS means. I hate phones. Actually, I'm not referring to them. I love how I can just talk and talk and talk and not really pay attention, but I do good in this game.
I think you and I talked about this, but only a couple of years ago, they were still manufacturing Genesis Mega Drives in Brazil.
Yeah, they were. South America in general is like they love Sega, and kind of Sega did okay by that. Well, Tectoy kept Sega stuff alive there. I don't need to explain to you about Tectoy. I know you know about Tectoy. Mm-hmm. Which they just put out like a.
What about the TurboGrafx?
What about that one?
I don't think that was popular in any region. Maybe Japan a little bit.
No, only Japan, and it only had about 7 games of its own.
Oh my god.
There's the PC Engine, or it was called here, and in Europe, the TurboGrafx 16. Then there's the Turbo CD, or the, I can't remember what the other name was for it.
What was the other name
the
for
Turbo
it?
CD. That's what I can't remember right now, and I don't feel like going over my computer to look. I like my Gundam slideshow that's going on in there for my screensaver. Anyway, that and I want to play Final Fantasy 15. You know, I'm just fucking around killing monsters endlessly. And then there's the Super Graphics, which is like the ultimate version, but it's so hard to come by. It's not cheap. I've even said to people, unless you really want to play those few exclusive games that only work on the Super Graphics, don't waste your fucking time. Just get a Turbo Duo, because that's what most people want, and that's what the best stuff's on. You know, see like the Who card stuff, or Turbo Chip as it's called for the Turbo Graphics. God damn these Magitech soldiers, they fucking respawn like no tomorrow. It's nuts. I need an area of attack that's not magic. I would love that right now.
Man, this guy...
I got skills.
This guy's an asshole, man.
I gotta look at my skills. I might have something.
What character I'm controlling?
Oh yeah, I think I mentioned this, but you can use guns in Final Fantasy 15. Your character, Noctis isn't really that good for using guns, especially like give Prompto the guns. But oh yeah, of course the player character you can use whatever damn weapon you want. But your buddies, they can only really specialize in certain ones, like Gladio. He can only use the two-handed, heavy, slow weapons, as well as shields. Prompto can only use guns and bio, what are they called? Like mechanico weapons or something like that, like the heavy guns essentially. There's one that shoots like chainsaw blades. It's ridiculous. And Ignis can use daggers and pole arms. But as always in video games, the character you control somehow inexplicably is trained to use every single fucking thing on the sun. I just want to throw that in. Oh, and if that's not enough, you're the only one that can use special king weapons because well, royalty, so that's why. It's great because, but they drain your health. Even the game it says, I like it's kind of cheeky, it says, they're very powerful, but make sure you don't overdo it. Oh, Square. This, you know, the only reason I like 15, just to go on about it even more, there's some things about this that remind me of older Final Fantasy. Some aspects. I don't mean just because it's pretty much like the greatest hits Final Fantasy soundtrack edition, listening to it in the car, but there's a few minor things that remind me of old Final Fantasy in a way. Just a few, very, very minor aspects.
Yeah, that's good.
To me, anyway. Some people might not catch on to those, or might not. It's not like something you read or see or hear specifically. It's just something other than I can pick up on it. I didn't at first. It took me, well, like I said, I put a lot of hours in this so far. You know, I've technically not made a lot of progress as far as the main game goes. From doing all this kind of stuff, I noticed little things like that.
Level up, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Level up.
Because I keep talking about Final Fantasy related stuff, here's something. I love my mods in like in Bethesda games and you know such. Only reason I ever bother with Fallout week I look at a few mods, see if there's anything interesting, so I can start the game up for like an hour and fuck with them. I found one someone made where it replaces the not very interesting, to be fair, default vanilla sound when you level up in Fallout 4 to the Final Fantasy VI level up sound. I also found one where, because the power armor in that game is essentially like the car of the Wasteland, I found a mod where it makes like a ding, 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 an ignition startup sound for your power armor.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
as the person who made the mod in the description says, and it's true. Even he said it, he was making part jokes, but then he said, seriously, you wouldn't believe exactly how much this might seem odd and out of place, but the sound actually kind of fits with this whole thing. There's also a couple different versions, so if you don't want all the car sounds, you can just go with a few of them. And it's just the bing, bing, bing in, I think, is really cool. Because it does sound like it would be like a warning sound, like warning, you know, staying clear away from the thing. It's kind of cool. Oh, I just thought I'd throw that in. I also, you see, then I also got mods that, you know, are very not lore friendly, quote unquote, which don't even get me started on the whole topic I can get into, like all these fucking people are bent out of shape, like everything must be lore friendly to the max. Give me a fucking break. Bethesda threw that out the window when they retconned Jet, which was not made before the war, but then they apparently decided, yep, it was. Which, you know, I don't really care that much about things specifically when it comes to that kind of stuff. But at the same time, something that's been that well known in the series for a long time, and they just change it when they themselves are about explicitly state Jet is only a drug that was made, you know, post-apocalypse. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
It's like they're contradicting themselves. But I've seen a mod or two, which I actually want to try, that Ultra stuff that actually like it should be. You know, it fixes that kind of fuck up they did. It makes it make more sense. Another reason I like New Vegas better, and always will. Which, by the way, GOG finally got 3 Bethesda games: Fallout 3, Game of the Year Edition, Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition, which is the one I'm interested in. The reason I'm talking about this right now.
Why did that take so long
Oblivion.
for them to get the
rights,
license?
Rights, I guess. Bethesda only wanted to sell them on Steam to make the most money. Who cares? Point is, even though I already have New Vegas Ultimate Edition on Steam, I want to get it when it goes on sale on GOG, just so I can have it to own.
Yeah, why the hell not?
That'll make me happy. Yeah, I want it. No bonuses, which, like usual on GOG, but I'm okay with that, because, you know, mods. But, I gotta redo all my mods and shit, but I've already started, like, making lists so I can put them back exactly where they are. I love New Vegas. I'll never get tired of that game. Not even without mods.
I have not. I haven't kept track of GOG, but do they have like pretty often like good sales like Steam does? Because I know Steam has really good sales.
Look, I've mentioned this before. Steam has, to me personally, and I've looked for the last few years, Steam has had really shit sales. Really not that great like they used to be. I've seen others say it too, so I'm not the only one who's thinking this and saying it. But GOG has fantastic sales. In general, they do better deals than Steam does, to be honest with you. Anyway, yeah, but they've added a lot of really great stuff just in a year's time.
That's good. Good to know.
Not just old stuff, but they've also added old stuff. I mean, like, they got things that are also on Steam, but, you know, just get it from there, because why the fuck? I don't know. I don't want to get into that, but, you know, a lot of games come with free bonuses, which there's one incentive alone to get it from GOG and not Steam. Also, when it comes to the older games, they actually bothered to put the effort in to make sure they actually run better than Steam, where they just chuck it up there. But then again, just to mention Jim Sterling, this is kind of like what he goes on about, how it's just like the fucking free-for-all, where they'll let anything and everything on there, asset flips, fucking, it's just, no. I don't want to get old games on Steam. It's just, I'm sure you've heard of how notorious their customer service is. It's another reason I don't really like dealing with Steam much, in case something like that happens. GOG, you can actually get an answer from them, and it's not going to be from a robot. They'll actually do something.
Where's GOG based?
In Poland. GOG is the same company that makes the Witcher games, CD Projekt.
Oh, really?
That's them.
I didn't know that.
Which also, by the way, explains why they are awesome as they are, because they actually give a fuck about their products, and they actually care about customer service.
And Steam is Valve, right?
Yeah. Steam is the older one. Gaben, yeah, who used to work for Microsoft. Gabe Newell, who used to work for Microsoft. I can't remember his position, but anyway.
Gaben.
Yeah, well, Gabe N. That's his. You know why people say that? It's a meme. Gabe N is his email. His email is Gabe, uppercase N, at whatever. That's where they got it from. Yeah, it's not just they came out as like, oh, look, he's shortened his name. I found that out once. This is his email, which I'm willing to bet he doesn't use it anymore because people know it and they probably just send him all kinds of ridiculous shit to then fucking Half-Life 3, which don't even get me started on that. Just be fucking patient. It's going to come out with the next version of the Source Engine, I almost guarantee you. Because that's what makes sense, unlike these other asinine theories I've had to fucking listen to for years. Not that I go looking for it, I actually go out of my way to not hear it because I can't give a shit anymore. And even then, I've played better first-person shooters. Sorry, that's just facts.
Yeah, but people are crazy, man.
Well, yeah, and you just end it right there. People are crazy. In general, people are crazy more now than ever. God, thank you for helping me. Shit. That was ridiculous. These fucking Magitech assholes. Why don't I have a taser? Come on, I got a car. Why don't I have a taser in this game? I want a taser.
Look at all these jewels in here. Get my SP up, baby.
Man, I got around for like an hour, well, not real time, but in game time, and I find like the base coins. That's my jewels. I rarely find like a real special jewel in the ground, which I kind of like that. It's like a scavenger hunt. You find these little glinting things in the ground, you run up to it, it's like, ooh, I wonder what that is. Oh, it's a debased coin, that sucks. And then the next time it's like, oh shit, it's a ruby. You gotta collect gems for this one guy. He's like a reporter, but he's got a side business because he's like a fucking jeweler. the money ain't getting made by posting like fucking puff pieces. I was trying to think of the term that people use. I can't just make articles, you know, sensationalizing whatever Final Fantasy celebrities in this game's world are. I gotta like sell jewelry to people. I gotta speak tours so I can like feel good about it. I guess that's what he's thinking. I don't remember his exact explanation, but it kind of sounded like that. It's like, look, just being a journalist isn't paying the bills, so I gotta do all this shit. I don't remember his name.
What is it?
He's kind of integral to the one main mission where you have to do stuff for him so you can find out info. Oh, goddamn these certain Magitech fuckers. Help me, man.
What was that one game you were playing one time where I think it's like a Nord type of vibe, and it's a point-and-click game, and you played it. You like played in Florida, and you have to like.
Oh yeah, oh, I'm surprised you actually remember that. It's called A Golden Wake. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. It's like I said, it's when I explain it, it's done in the style of 90s adventure games, which is kind of why I like it. But it was made in 2013.
Did you ever beat that game?
Yeah.
So I remember I watched the stream.
I just did how I usually prefer to do things, but I just did part of it. I thought I was going to do more streaming if I just kind of forgot and lost interest in doing that kind of thing anymore. There's not much I really feel up to doing in terms of videos anymore. I am thinking about streaming this maybe sometime, but no, I don't think anyone would give a fuck. I mean, a lot of people still, you know, this is still the most recent mainline Final Fantasy game, so it's not like it's that old hat and no one gives a shit, but like I said earlier, when you were doing the first version of the stream, or whatever, I don't know, I'm constantly talking to you, it's not like that part matters, but I just don't know. Well, it doesn't matter what I stream, really, barely nobody bothers to show up. I'll do it anyway. I'll with at least one stream in this game. I'll just play it how I want. I'll do more than what I'm doing right now this whole time since I've been talking to you, where it's just fucking killing endless stuff, grinding.
Well, if you're ever streaming, let me know so I can join in the party and we can chat.
You'll have to tell me how I bring you in on this.
Oh, yeah.
Showing up in the comments typing, that's one thing. Doing what you don't know how to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty
like
simple.
Now, if it was on the computer, I knew how to do that easily.
Let's see.
Okay, I got
upgrade current armor. Yes, please.
Speaking of saving and RPGs, I gotta save. I really gotta save.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now too, saving, because I think I'm gonna face a mini boss.
You know, I waited so long to save until I just did right now. I actually leveled up and I forgot. Yeah. Okay, I'm caught up now. Oh, I need to change my clothes. Oh yeah, that's something else you can do. You can change your clothes in this, which you can do it just if you want a different look, but it's actually practical because you get different bonuses. Like, I got Princess Fatigues on. The battle garb of the Lucian Prince, designed to protect the hair from hair to the throne and increase his health. And you got other shit that prevents stats and get more criticals and whatever shit. There's also this one I got from an add-on DLC thing, which is pretty cool. Royal Raiment, which I like it because it's like I'm a CEO look. It's really cool. Could not imagine running around in this kind of heat in this region with this on. But, you know. What is the bonus for this? Oh yeah, I can't run out of stamina, so I can run forever. Oh no, that's not this one. I get HP and MP boost, and help recover my magic faster, which is good. Magic in this is not the magic you're thinking. Remember I said earlier about the spells and how you have to work different magic kind of thing in this for MP, and that's like your bar for when you do the warping thing I mentioned Noctis can do. That's what MP's for. Which, by the way, a good way to recharge your magic really quick is he crouches down, and you get like a rainbow on the screen, and I don't know. You know that saying you can't get blood from a stone? Apparently in this universe you can get magic from a stone. Look, I understand how it works in terms of game mechanics in this, but even for Final Fantasy games, some of this shit's fucking weird. Also, you can't even fight these sky dinosaurs, which I took a picture of and shared at one point. I made a joke. I found those dinosaurs that we were told were in No Man's Sky. Press E to do whatever. Ooh, what's this? Why can't I look at it? Aw. I'm not into wildlife. What, because it wants to kill you? Well, it probably thinks the same thing about you, taking pictures of it. Oh, fence? But yeah,
Ooh, interesting.
I'm kind of annoyed. I'm annoyed with myself and that I haven't played it for so long, but now I am again. I'm remembering how much fun I was having. Oh, there's a Magitech guy carrying a flag. Ooh, we kick his ass. Is it wrong that when I see someone carrying a flag in a game, I just want to beat the fuck out of them? I know what that's from. It's because I played a lot of Unreal Tournament and captured flag because that was my favorite mode. But I mean, I don't know. You could say that it's a little that I want to beat the fuck out of someone just because I see they have a flag. Oh yeah, one of the other add-on things I got that came along with this clothing option for Noctis is friggin' lightning sword, the Blaze Fire Saber. I like it better in this game than playing it in 13. Well, yeah, I got a Final Fantasy 13 weapon. I also have you don't have the Buster Sword. I do have a couple of. I'm trying to remember what the other ones were.
Is the sound getting cut for you? Like, is it breaking up?
No, sounds fine.
I think you're breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's your microphone.
It's weird how it's one side. But anyway, yeah, I one of the add-on things I have Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy weapons. It's pretty cool. That is partly what made me want to get it. I mean, there's one Masamura, I can't remember how you pronounce it. Golden katana, essentially. I can't remember what one this is from though. It's not. It is not. What's it? I'm going to use this actually. Like I said before earlier, I don't really like the slower two-handed weapons. Not just in this game, almost any. I like moving fast, but you know, in this, I don't mind it. Because the way I'm used to my play style, I forget how slow it is in between swings, and it kind of gets me in trouble. God damn it with this fucking taser! Oh, let go! Somebody help me. These Magitech soldier guys, by the way, are fucking creepy. I thought I saw some freaky shit so far in Nier Automata, which I should be playing that too. But these guys take the cake. Like their masks when you see them up close, fucking creepy.
Woo!
Yeah!
Boss fight.
Hit some.
Man, he's gonna
I'm taking on like... Get the flag guy. He just stands there. I'm beating up like a defenseless person. I love it. I don't feel bad about this either. I wish I had magic right now so I could kill all these guys in one hit. But, regroup. I don't even need to use any other skill. It's just Ignis's regroup is so amazing. I heal.
I wonder if I can just cheese his boss using my bombs and mines.
I've said that in this game and some others, and I know from this one, I wouldn't try that. You might think it's going to work, but you're going to probably be disappointed. I thought I could do that. I was 20 levels below what this massive beast was, and... Hey, die. This Magitech guy's a retard, I swear. Come on, attack. Oh, there you go. I like how this fighting didn't even wake up the giant dinosaurs. They don't give a shit.
Holy shit, this guy's kicking my freaking ass.
Worse boss than the last one, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm barely doing any damage. I need to grind. Wow, I need to grind.
I can't see what this thing is you're fighting. What is this thing you're fighting? Like, what the hell is it?
Oh, it's... Oh, maybe I wasn't supposed to defeat him. Yeah, see, there's like...
I never heard of a boss you're not supposed to kill.
No, I think it's part of a story. I think I'm gonna meet this guy later in the game.
Spoiler. Oh yeah, I was going to start talking about something earlier, and I was going to ask you about it and what you think, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be surprising what I think. Persona 5, which I want, by the way. Atlas, which is now owned by Sega, which I thought a long time ago that was going to happen. I kind of predicted it. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying it. I kind of really saw a connection there. Anyway, they're being kind of dicks on like usual, and working on people like they will outright give you strikes. They threaten with strikes on your YouTube channel if you dare stream past a certain part in Persona 5.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like, what's up with that,
Yeah,
man? They're like super strict about
stupid.
streaming.
Just when so many game companies are finally, there's no reason fighting this, we're getting free publicity, even then, it just blows up in our face when we try to fuck with people. What? Atlas has got a lot of goodwill, including from me. Why are they acting like this? I don't get it. Why? You can say, it's because Sega owes them that. Yeah, well...
But I think
put out
it's
a
not
few other
only
games.
them, it's a lot of Japanese developers that are really up in
Yeah,
arms
no,
if you
this is my
stream their
point.
games.
Well, not as much as them, and that's the point. Recently, since Persona 5 came out, which has been a little while now, but not that long, it's Persona 5 is the big issue with that one. They want
Well,
you streaming practically any of
yesterday, my friend Leo, he was streaming this game, this Muso game, Berserk, I think. I think that's how you
I have
pronounce it.
no idea.
And
I don't know
I think
what that
it's published by maybe, oh god, Koi maybe, I think. But I don't know. It's not Atlas, but he got like a copyright strike during the stream. And one of
Yeah.
our friends, he streamed the same game, Berserk, and he got taking the ability to stream on YouTube for 90 days. How crazy is that, man?
It's one of the... Well, depending on how many strikes and all that, there's different things, like you can only do videos a certain length and blah blah blah, which that would fuck me over, because we all know I need as much time as I can get. But, well then again, I'm careful, unlike some people who never learned, and even I've tried and wasted my effort and explained them, don't have music playing in your videos, don't show cutscenes, especially if they play music, just license music, you know, not made for game music, and even then you gotta be careful. But no one listens. Anyway, even then, it could still happen. Content ID is not that bad. I got a few things like that, so I give a fuck. I don't
When
make any
did you
money
get
off my
them?
crap. Well, I can't tell you when. I just got them on a few things, like my most
But
popular
was
video,
it
which
was it before because of streaming or?
no, it wasn't because none of them were only stream, and it's just because a cutscene with no audio. Which okay, fine, I don't give a shit. It's the one I did on Driver San Francisco. But anyway, I killed that flag guy like nothing else. It is, I don't know. Some people just don't learn, but it's what Atlas is doing is just no. Especially when you just outright threatening people. Are you gonna be look? If you're gonna warn people and do it kind of in a nice way, fine. But don't just outright be a bully and threaten. That's not good. You're gonna kill your goodwill people have and you've built up for a very long time. I'm not happy with this. All right, fine. You want people doing it? Just say it, but don't threaten. Don't blatantly abuse the system on YouTube. Too many do it as it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they're so up in arms about it.
Now, anyway, like I was saying, you could say, let's look at Sega owes them now. No, I don't buy that for many reasons. One being, this isn't the first game they put out since Sega bought them, so, I don't know, it's stupid. I want to get Persona 5. I don't really intend on streaming it. I mean, I never really thought of doing this one. I'm only considering maybe I might, but at least once. But I just want Persona 5, but yeah, kind of, I'm disappointed in them. I expect better from Atlas. This is not something I expect from them. I don't even expect it from Squeenix, and that's who I both don't expect and do expect it from Squeenix because of how they are and have been. It's one of those kind of things. Okay, I need to find a campsite. You know what? I thought it'd be that I have to click in the right stick to bring up the map, but it's actually not. In Final Fantasy 15, I mean, because that's still what I'm going on about. Anyway, yeah, the Persona 5 thing is really a shit sucker. I expect that kind of crap from Ubisoft. Well, it's not that I expect it. Microsoft pretty much from a while now has openly stated what you can stream whatever games they have, but you can't make any money off them. They made that very clear. But
Microsoft?
They made this clear 2 years ago, a year ago, whatever. But anyway, the reason I'm okay with, but also not to a degree. I'm okay with it because of the way they did it. They were nice about it. You might say, not really. I mean how they did it. They didn't threaten. They didn't say we're going to give you copyright strikes and shit just because we can. They didn't do it that way. They were very nice about it. They said, we understand you want to stream our games. We're okay with that. We understand. We get it. We're not stupid. But I can't remember the exact wording. It was like, yeah, to be fair, we kind of... If you're going to do that, the trade-off is you can't make money off of it, essentially. Which is way better than Nintendo, which if you want to make any money off of videos that they have made, old or new apparently, even old ones are fucking 20-some years old, you have to, I'm sure you've heard of this too, you got to be like it's like a special kind of partner channel with Nintendo or something like that. I don't remember what it's called or how it works.
Yeah, I think you have to apply for their partnership program or
Oh, yeah,
something,
yeah.
and
I can't explain. It's so stupid. I can't explain how it works. But I know everyone has it at this point. Get
I
out
don't
of the
know.
game
I
site.
don't
You're
know,
supposed to
and
be.
I don't care. I haven't made a penny off of
I don't either.
YouTube,
I don't
so
either. But it's like a long time ago. Because of the way Nintendo was, it's not. That I just didn't feel like risking it. It's just I just too many people talk about Nintendo stuff anyway. It's not really what I want to focus on, and so on and so forth. But that's why I never really did a ton of like videos about Super Nintendo games or NES games that really interested 10 trillion other people have done. But it's partly when that kind of stuff started too. Is like, you know what? I don't care if they do the Content ID thing on my stuff, which, like I said, they've done it on 2 things I have. I don't give a fuck. But in general, like, you're gonna act like that. I'm not gonna give you free, like, whatever. If it's for old games, I'm not gonna do that. Sega, they don't give a flying fuck. I've done so many Sega-related videos, they don't give a shit.
well,
They don't act like
I
cocks.
remember when I first watched your channel, it was focused on Sega and Neo Geo. That was the
Yeah,
early.
well, not so much Neo Geo, but at the time when I was still doing some Neo Geo things, but even now I still haven't really. It still technically is focused on Sega, even though most of the videos I do now are the high score runs, which are games. 4D Warriors was the last one that was actually a Sega game. Hell, it was my choice recently, and I went with Gyrus. That's not a Sega game. That's a Konami game back when they weren't dicks. But I still like the rare times when I do pickup videos, it's mostly Sega related
Hmm.
because that's
Well, you had your
yeah.
GameCube phase for a while too.
Well, it's not a phase. It was just I got what I wanted for it, and now I'm pretty much done until I can finally get Twilight Princess, which is really the last one I want. I've wanted that for a long while, even when it was new. I just can't come by it anymore.
How much is that
Anywhere
game
for
going for now?
too much. I'd say it's too much. I don't know. It's a Zelda game, so it's not like it's going to be that cheap. But I don't know. It's being a pain in the ass just trying to find. I won't pay any more than like new game price for it. I can tell you that right now. I play a little bit of it on the GameCube emulator just to make sure I actually to bother with it, and I do. But it's just being a pain in the dick trying to get it. Can't even find it anywhere. I'm glad I have the 2 Zelda things I do on the GameCube because they've gone up a fuck ton since I last got them. I'm keeping what I have on the GameCube. That's all there is to it.
Hmm.
Luigi's Mansion, I ain't fucking. I'm not paying the money to get that again. It's staying right where it is.
Yeah.
Tales of Symphonia. Once that crap, at least people realize how much they fucked up, which is a port of a port of a port of a port of a GameCube game. I'm staying with the original on the GameCube because that's going up quite a bit. So yeah, I got examples of that. But I'm staying with what I got on the thing, and there's not really much else I want. Once I get Twilight Princess, that's pretty much it. I'll never be able to get whatchamacallit again, which I used to have when it was new. I like that game a lot, but fuck what it costs. I'm not doing it. I refuse. I'm not made of money.
It feels like the prices are higher and
They're
higher.
all nuts. Yeah, they're all nuts. It's just no better for that than it is as much other stuff. It's going wacky with all the game stuff in general. I mean, GameCube is not that old, but it's old enough to count for this. I just do what I can. And slowly I eliminate things. It's like, nah, I'm not gonna fucking deal with this. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'll just play on an emulator, or not at all. It ain't worth the trouble. It ain't worth it. Especially when I'm not made of money. It gets to a point when you just gotta know when to fucking throw your hands up and just go. It ain't worth it. Ooh, yeah, cool. I like that. Finally, leveled up his survival thing. Well, the one guy, remember I said earlier I got a for it. The rest of the free, including my character, all level 8s. I only got 2 levels to go, and then they're all maxed out. Actually, I should do some fishing. I bet I could do that while I'm talking.
This is pretty interesting.
Ooh, got a new recipe: creamy milk risotto. Risotto. You better make it right, or Ramsey's going to get on you. All right, let's see what pictures we got. I like that one. I'm keeping it. Some of these pictures the game takes itself, like for the character does, are actually really cool. Sometimes it's but for something that's automatic, it actually does really good. Oh my god, I love that picture. I'm keeping this and I'm going to capture this and like make a funny post about it. Quick, knock this dodge out of the way. Beast shits on you or something. That's what it looks like. I have no idea what the hell is going on in this picture, but it looks cool. Oh, I'm slicing the shit out of a Magitech soldier with my giant katana. Gold katana. Speaking of katanas, way fucking too many made for Skyrim and just pretty much any of those. It's all they want to make is katanas. I like it. I have like a mods for weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Katana's a cool sword. I like it a lot. I actually have a katana. Like, it's not meant for actual use, it's only meant for display. I got it over there. It's a cool sword. I like it a lot. But goddamn, there's other swords in existence. There's way too many. On like New Vegas, there's like katana, Fallout 4, katana. Now that's starting to get like overbearing with them. Jesus Christ, make a new, different kind of sword. It's fucking nuts with katanas. It's like, do you not realize there's already 10 trillion of these, and yours is almost exactly the same, including stat to this one? Can you at least give it a new texture? Can you at least make it a different color, please?
It's the same shit all the time.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. It's like, how many fucking female followers can you make in Skyrim? They all look goddamn same. How many different nude body presets can you make? That's a fucking, like, a flood of shit on Skyrim. I like armor and weapons. That's the two things I always go for. And I barely see any unique stuff. Which I know, it's harder to make that and takes more time. I get it, but... You know, I'm okay with retextures. I'm okay with that kind of shit. Just, can't it do something different? You know? Use the color red. Do something. I'll fucking endorse your mod.
Be creative.
I use so many different... I use a lot of mods, not just weapons and armor, but I play around with a lot of cool ones. Like, well, it's a weapon one technically, but I found someone made the, like, you know, Gambit, one of the X-Men, throwing playing cards that explode in New Vegas. That was I like that. I just found one the other day for Skyrim, so it gave me a reason to bother that game again a little bit. You can dig up fossils randomly when you mine, which, as I saw someone else say in the comments after as long as this game's been out, it's about time someone made mining in that game actually interesting and fun. And it's cool because you don't know what you're going to get. There's different tiers too. There's common ones which are based on rings, fossilized fish, eggs. Then there's also more extravagant and exotic ones which are themed after the game world. And there's also special ones you can find in Blackreach underground, which are crystal fossils. Fortunately, the far save I have, which I keep around so I can play around with this kind of stuff and just have access to it, I already can go to Blackreach. So some of that shit. I want to find one of those crystal dragon skeletons and you can put it together like Legos. It's pretty cool. I found a few fossils already. They're random, like I said. You can keep them just for shits and giggles, or you can actually sell them, which is cool. But it's always random. You won't always get them, which makes sense because you're not always going to find fucking fossils. Even if it is a game. And of course, if you don't like that, you can creation kit and fuck with it. I never have done that yet. I kind of want to for like 2 weapons because they're really cool, but I can't believe the mod creator really thought they would be okay to be that weak. They're useless past level 5. It's a shame. But I could go on about Fallout 4, which I've already done my complaints with it, but goddamn, the problems with it extend to the mods, and you can see the absolute most lack of imagination and inspiration, as well as just barely fucking anything being made for it. Not compared to like Skyrim. Auto's engine was a lot more capable. Yes, it's been out longer, but so what? That doesn't mean anything. Either Skyrim was just better conduced for mods, or people just got way more gung-ho about it, but goddamn. Compared to Fallout New Vegas and 3, Fallout 4 is like woeful when it comes to mods. And I keep seeing complaints with animations. Apparently something about 4 was changed. People fucking either can't do it, or they're just, it's absolute hell trying to make third-person animations in that game. Which, by the way, I actually don't like playing Fallout in first person. I like playing it in third person. But, yeah, it's kind of strange for me to look into it for my own interest, why apparently animations in third person are hell to make in 4 when they weren't in Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, or even Skyrim. which I know for a fact that they are not hard to make in Skyrim given certain things I know that have been made for it. But, yeah. I've had some really cool stuff. Really cool. Not just armor and mods and stuff. I found some that kind of like give you all kind of new mechanics in the game. There's like one of the top rated ones that's been around forever, and I have it in Skyrim. Lets you fish. It's like one of those obvious things that Bethesda themselves could have and should have put in the game. It makes no sense. I mean, I got ones that don't really do anything practical, like hints and tips, but you play it long enough, you get sick of seeing that. I have one that's called Uncle Sheo Does Skyrim. It's in character as Sheogorath, who's the Prince of Madness, and it's fucking funny. He breaks the fourth wall in some of the loading screen things. One of the ones I like is True, and I finally found a mod that lets you do it. I haven't played around with it yet. But, he says, I can't remember exactly the quote of how it works, but it goes along the lines of this. I gave the world the gift of music, yet you, the Dragonborn, all in capitals, can't even pick up a sodding drum and bang on it a little bit. It's making fun of the fact that the player character can't fucking bang on a drum. It's true. You can pick those instruments up. They're in your inventory, taking up weight, which some of them odd weight, how much they weigh is kind of weird. And you can sell them for a pittance. But you can't even bang on them a little bit. Star Wars Galaxies in the MMO, there was a class you could be, unless you chose a hybrid one, where pretty much the point was to heal mind damage. I still remember all this. And you can dance and play instruments. Yes, it's an MMO, but I mean, give me a friggin' break. That game came out way before Skyrim. Anyway, just some of the stuff just drives me. Also, I got these daggers from Final Fantasy IX, I think, or something. Yeah. And no, I think they might be from Final Fantasy VIII. I can't remember.
Well, I just got the fire power up. That should help me a lot.
Cool. Now you're like Mario.
Yeah, fireballs. That's exactly what it is. Two giant fireballs.
Ever since the first Mario, because I'm boring, my favorite power-up is the Fire Flower.
Mine is the feather from Mario World on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, see, I was gonna mention the feather. Yeah, I hate the cape. I can't work it well, and even when I can, I don't like it much. I like the feather, the Tanuki suit, because of how it works. It's just more fun to me. Then I think it's funny is, you know, running around with a raccoon. Raccoons are fun. A while ago, I recorded a video of it and I put it up on Google Tube. I wish I found him earlier. I called him Rocky the Raccoon. He hasn't come back, unfortunately. I'm a little disappointed. But, I love watching him. These raccoons are so funny. These little hands he's playing around with, fucking with. I was making jokes, I think, in the comments or the description of that.
Didn't you put a video of one?
Yeah, I think you might have saw it.
Yeah.
And I was making jokes as like, hey look, it's the real Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
I still haven't played any of that series, and I want to. I still want to get that one on the Vita.
It's pretty fun. It's kind of unique because it combines like stealth with platforming. It's the fourth one.
Yeah, that's what interests me about it. Unlike Ratchet and Clank or whatever else. But I was told it's the fourth one, which I should actually play them in order because storylines like I'm like that with some other games, but I played the demo for the Vita one, Thief in Time or whatever the fuck it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with it. I can live without playing those in order. I get it. I am like that. I like seeing movies in order, reading books in order, and games. But exceptions. I think I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
I can read what the damn story's about, and I seriously doubt they don't have some kind of recap in it, like a real quick one. Most of the time they do.
No, you'll be fine. Then, you don't need to play the first three.
To be honest, I don't really care about the story. I just want to play it for the game.
Right.
This I'm playing for the story first and foremost, but also the gameplay. The main quest, the side quests, and all that shit. Well, I also like the gameplay of Final Fantasy 15. It's an RPG. The reason you play an RPG is for the story. That's the point. Even if it's your own quote-unquote story. Like, I can come up with I can tell you many stories of the various characters I've made in Skyrim fucking around. I didn't keep them all long because I didn't mean to, but I can still do that. Like, I got this one mod that made me really happy. I got to play as, like, Wolverine, essentially. Only my story for my character was, I was, like, one that never was talked about and was forgotten on like, Logan, the Weapon X program, and I somehow came across, or my character, I'm playing a character, came across some time machine and accidentally fucking got sent to Skyrim. I don't know, that was it. Oh, there's an insane theory I found out about not all that long ago that it goes on long and long, and I think they tried too hard to justify it. Is in the same universe as Fallout. Skyrim is the either I think I gotta get this right because it's so nuts. I'm trying by memory. Skyrim, like the Elder Scrolls stuff, is the future, like further ahead in time, in the same universe as Fallout. And supposedly there's these people have found justifications for this. Now here's my thing. If they but here's my thing. If it was the other way around, they said that the Elder Scrolls was in the same universe as Fallout, but it's past, because, it's like medieval, which makes sense, older, not advanced technology. That I could swallow a lot easier than the giant horse pill that is the way they say it. I shit you not. I saw it in the recommended thing, because I was looking at some other stuff related to Fallout. I decided to watch this fucking nutty shit. It was not as long as I thought it was going to be, but long enough. And it wasn't a joke. They were presenting it as, they were being serious about this, and supposedly they had reasons for this. And I gave it a chance. I watched it from the beginning to the end. I still don't fucking understand it. I still don't agree with it, but that
sounds
apparently
way too crazy.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, this theory hasn't been around that long. Yeah, I mean, Skyrim's been out since 2011, so I don't know. It's kind of fucking nutty. I mean, it makes for an interesting thing to listen to. It sounds absolutely insane, but I mean, I could buy more like fucking fantasy, like some of the older ones that didn't involve cars and guns and shit, or it was like the past of Fallout. Okay, fine. Technology progresses, I can get that. But Jesus Christ. I don't know. Some stuff was just too wacky, and it's like, you're trying too hard. I mean, Jesus, give me a break. It's just a fucking game. I want you to give me more, like, believable, like, lore style, more into what fits what actually makes sense for Fallout. Because there's some stuff you could expand on, and you could probably make it make sense. Why come up with this goofy stuff? Are you that desperate to connect it fucking to? I don't see it. And some of the theories, by the way, involved, like, I think it was the Death Claws or something was one of the points they gave for examples, like, because it's sort of like a monster, and there's plenty of, like, fantasy-style monsters in Skyrim, not like Dungeons & Dragons almost, and there's actual dragons. And if you know anything about the Elder Scrolls series and the older ones, there's these really nasty fuckers called Sloads, S-L-O-A-D-S. They're a really nasty race. They're disgusting. Like, they're worse than Jabba the Hutt. But they're also evil as shit. They apparently want everyone dead. If you look into it, it's very weird. There's also the KITT, the cat people. There's also races that do exist within Elder Scrolls we've just never seen in video games yet, even like the older ones. Like an actual representation in pixels or models or pictures. There's one that pretty much is like a werewolf race, although they're not actual werewolves, they're just full-on wolf all the time, which reminds me of Anubis. This fucking goes on and on. Why don't you expand on that kind of stuff and give us a thing? There's also a race that apparently is like indentured servants to the Wood Elves, which is the race I always play as, the Bosmer, because I like arrows and all. They're called Impa, or Impas. It's like a giant gorilla race. Someone actually made a mod, and you can actually have a follow you around that's an Impa. That's kind of cool.
Why don't they develop the story behind those?
Who knows? I'm talking about like the fans, this nutty shit. Why Bethesda doesn't do it, I don't know. I mean, Todd Howard is like the voice of Bethesda, of course, but as a whole, they pretty much admitted that Elder Scrolls 6 will happen when we can figure out what to do. Personally, I wish they didn't fuck around with the crap that is Elder Scrolls Online. But maybe we would actually get Elder Scrolls 6 by now, or just sooner, because they're wasting time, money. I can't really say much effort, but some effort on Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah, that's definitely slowing things up. Remember what I said earlier about how Final Fantasy 13 directly was responsible for delaying 15? It's kind of the same, I guarantee you. You only got so much. You only have so many resources to devote to something. And when I say resources, I also mean the talent. The developers, the coders, the artists. You can only make so many games at one time. Hell, Bungie was actually another RTS that was not a Halo one, but once Microsoft bought them out and they were contracted to start making Halo 2, they had no time and no extra anything to spend effort on that game, so it never ended up coming out. If you watch Unseen 64, they got a video about it, but you know, it's just kind of an example like that. You can only spend so much. You can only spread yourself so thin. And when it comes to Bethesda, stuff they actually develop themselves, given how it is, even when they do focus, they need all the focus they can get.
Yeah.
They also need to stop recycling the same goddamn engine for so long, since Morrowind, by the way, the Gamebryo, whatever it's called, that's something else. Fact is, and I'm no joke, they're still using the same goddamn game engine. It can't handle it anymore. Stop. I'm not joking. You look up yourselves.
That's why they keep having.
Listening.
That's why they keep having the same glitches.
Because it's the
over
same engine.
And over.
Problems are old. They never get fixed. It's like an old TV. One part goes and the next one goes, or an old car engine. It's just over and over.
Well, I'm sure they save a shit ton of money by using the same engine.
Because it's fucking lazy.
Yeah. Well,
no other game company does that.
They don't want to spend money.
They'll keep them around for a while. Source engine. That.
I think we lost Mike because I can't hear you, man. I don't know if you're talking or not, but yeah, I think his connection dropped. We're nearing the end of this. No, I forgot about this part. We're ending the stream pretty soon anyway because I reached it already. We're over an hour. Let's see, let me save here. One thing that caught my attention is that I still have a Rhoda fruit in my possession. So I'm wondering if I forgot to feed that to a certain rue. Devil's Court or Guilt. Yeah, I think this will be a good time to end the stream. So thank you guys for joining in, and I will catch up with you guys later. Save the game here. Thank you guys for watching.